Hey there, beautiful souls. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. Okay, so this video is probably one of the most important videos that relate to a moon reading. So basically, this is going to be an Aquarius new moon and solar eclipse, which will be occurring on the 17th of February 2026. And perhaps we are witnessing one of the most important turning points in human history because of this eclipse and where it initiates. Just bringing the volume down a little bit so you can hear me better in the background music there. So it is, like I said, it is probably perhaps the most important turning point in human history. And this kind of cycle has not been experienced before in recorded history. Now, what does that mean? So if we look at astrology and how certain planets are positioned at certain degrees and what they may mean when they do have a similar pattern or exactly the same pattern. For example, in history, recorded history, we look at that and we say, okay, so during this time there was a plague or a republic or something like that. Okay, maybe someone was beheaded or promoted, etc. So there are occurring cycles in history, but with what is going to happen on the 17th of February 2026, there has never been anything like this occurrence with the specific degrees and how the planets come together. It has not occurred in recorded history. And even if we do use technology and try to go back, like say if we use some sort of software, astrological software, where we go back to find the exact or similar kind of pattern, it keeps going back and back and back and back, and this could even go back to like 7,000 years back, maybe even more. Okay, because there is no, we just cannot get to it. Okay, our technology is not that advanced. And if we do go back, we can't see what happened because it's so far back that it's not recorded in history that we know of. Okay, so what does this mean for us? Okay, the energy is almost like back to the drawing board or back to factory settings kind of energy, but I'll kind of like go through it so you kind of get an idea. Okay, so the effects of the eclipses, normal eclipses that we have, where the new moon is in front of the sun and it eclipses the sun, so we get like a ring of fire. Okay, and this can usually last up to 6 months. Okay, however, this eclipse that we're having is a starting point. Okay, because it's I will get to that further down. Okay, so just know that it is a starting point, and who knows, maybe it can be felt, because it's a starting point, it could be felt for as long as 7,000 years. Okay, so who knows? Okay, so although we don't experience these changes suddenly when we have these eclipses, but that also depends on also your personal natal chart as well. Okay, it depends on how close you are to that occurrence. For example, in one of your planets in your chart, or where it's, you know, aspects and so forth. So every human being is unique like their fingerprint, and every human being has a unique chart, just like their fingerprint, just like their soul. Okay, everything's unique to each individual. You can't find, even twins, you can't find the same, you know, exactly the same thing. Everyone's unique. Okay, so although we won't experience these changes suddenly, but we can say that it's at the seeding point of what is to come. So we're putting like the seeds down. Okay. When we look at the zodiac sign, the symbol of Aquarius, okay, because that's what it's going to occur in. It is the Aquarius new moon and solar eclipse. Okay, the sun and moon are both in Aquarius. So when we look at the zodiac sign, the symbol of Aquarius, it is the only sign in the zodiac that symbolizes a human figure. Okay, every other sign is either an animal or half human, half animal. Aquarius is the only full human figure with like a bucket or a urn or something that they're flowing, you know, they're tipping water out of, and the water represents, you know, water holds memories, information. Okay, so it is sharing the knowledge, sharing the information. Okay, so now that is probably why Aquarius sign has been known as the humanitarian. Okay, now what has that got to do with this solar eclipse that we're having? Because the sun is blocked out. There's a ring of fire when the moon, so it's pretty much like, this is the sun, the moon comes in the middle and you get this ring of fire. Okay, it's blocking out the sun. The sun is related to clarity. Okay, it is light. It is giving you the ability to see every crevice, every corner clearly. Okay, and the moon is blocking it. So it is showing you that something is actually blocked. You're not seeing the full picture. Okay, that's another way of, you know, looking at it as well. But now the real issue surrounding this eclipse is the struggle to be a human being. Okay, a human being, not a human doing, a human being. In other words, just being a being. Okay, or humane, or a humanitarian. Okay, so this comes into the picture of, you know, the conscience. How is your conscience? Is there, you know, like, are you clear with your conscience? Are you able to be a humanitarian? Are you able to have the empathy, you know, all the qualities of a beautiful human being that is whole, that is full of love and full of empathy and compassion, okay, in a balanced kind of way, not that someone that is, you know, being a martyr. Okay, all right, so so we will actually, you know, with this energy, we will actually find the ability to find our true human side. Okay, that this is like the seeding point to that. Okay, the seeding point to realizing that you are a human being. Okay, just being, not doing. That's another thing. Okay, so doing is kind of like being out of your natural frequency, or you know, like you're just pushing towards something and you're stressing yourself out. Okay, so just being in what you do, just being yourself, just being connected to the true passion that you feel, and just doing the things that you like doing while you are being who you are. Okay, so besides that, it's also, like I said, being that humanitarian. All right. So the real issue, like I said, is surrounding being humane. And I would say over the next year or year and a half or so, we could witness developments that liberate, awaken, and profoundly affect all of humanity in some way. Okay. Like I mentioned from the very beginning, this is no ordinary eclipse. It is an annular solar eclipse occurring at the final degree of Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius, or you have Aquarius anywhere in your chart that is at, say, somewhere around the 26 to 29 degrees, you will feel this very much wherever it is positioned, whichever house that it is positioned in. Okay, so it is in the final degree of Aquarius, which is astrologically the most critical point in the sign. Okay, it's known as the critical point or the anaretic degree because it's at a closing point. It's also the same thing when it is in the 0 up to the 3rd degree. Okay, again, it is known as the anaretic or critical degree because it is at the very beginning. So think of it like this: when a child is conceived, the first couple of months are the critical points of containing life. Okay, so you have to be very careful. The first couple of months is where you take it easy, make sure that you're healthy, the child is healthy. There is a high chance of miscarriage, for example, if you're not careful. After that, it is pretty much like set. Okay, it's same with seeds. Okay, so when you put down seeds, the first couple of days are very important. Okay, it's with everything. Whatever you initiate, the first few steps are the very important steps. They are the ones until everything's kind of like set and settled, where you start to bring down roots. Okay, then you're okay. Until the roots are put down, it is known as the critical point because it's the beginning point. Okay, the beginning. So I'm giving you kind of the analogy of the baby, the plant with a seed. Okay, and even ideas. It could be like a business. So everything in its first beginning stages are vulnerable, so you have to be very careful. And also at the ending, okay, that this is also like when people are very, old, for example, or something's being ended, say a relationship is ending, it's the critical point, okay, for the ending. It's like, but once it's ended, it is release. Okay, so we're at that releasing point because it's at the around the 29th degree. Okay, so it's like at the final degree. Now, this degree signifies a cycle that has become unsustainable. It's old energy now. You have to release it. You have to let go. Okay, it's like a relationship you cannot sustain anymore. You need to move on from it. Or the person is so old that they cannot hold on to life anymore. They just pass on. Something needs to go. Okay, basically. So it is unsustainable, and this is marking a irreversible closure. Okay, so this solar eclipse is showing us that some energy, something in our lives, whether it's at the personal level or the collective level, is unsustainable, and it is making an irreversible closure in our lives. Okay, it's closing, and you're also having closure with it. Okay. But what is truly remarkable is the major meeting that is taking place behind the eclipse. Okay, which is probably going to happen around the 14th of February, where Saturn and Neptune converge. They come together. Okay, and they are coming together at the starting point of everything with this eclipse. Okay, so Saturn transits into Aries at 0 degrees. And Saturn is like the planet of time. It is the planet of security, stability, reality, the planet of discipline, routine, structure, all of that. Okay, so Saturn is all about building something by doing. Okay, doing. Saturn is the builder, and it will make you feel very contained, or you feel like you're stuck, you can't move. It's harsh. It is like the disciplinary old parent, okay, or grandparent. So Saturn will transit into Aries. Now, Aries is the very first sign of the zodiac. So if you look at an analog clock, it is like 1 o'clock. Okay, it's like 1 o'clock. It's the very beginning of a cycle. Okay, so think of a cycle. Okay, think of a cycle, and 1 is here, 12 is here. Okay, we are at that 1 degree. 1 degree, okay, where everything begins. It is the very beginning point. Okay, so Aries is like the infant, say a human being and their life story from the beginning to the end. Aries is, if you think of, for example, in the tarot, it's like the Fool, for example. Okay, so it represents the infant, the very beginning, like the seed. Okay, and we've got Saturn here in Aries at 0 degrees, not even 1. Okay, 0, just 0 degrees, which is like the starting point. Okay, it's like somewhere here between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Okay, so the 0 degrees, that what this does is it indicates that change will not come through the rules of the old world, okay, but through necessary, courageous and irreversible beginnings. Because Aries is courageous, it is I am, okay, I exist, I am. And it's all about just courageously pushing forward. It is the pioneer. It is the initiating point. And it's at 0 degrees, Saturn. The old energy of Saturn is like the old teacher or the old guru that teaches you with discipline, but it is also binding you into time and routine and structure. Okay, so you're kind of like stuck in this reality where you have to abide by the rules, okay, and there is hierarchy, and there is, you know, people that are above you, and you are where you are, and you can't kind of move. You have to go with what is set out for you. Okay, it's that kind of energy. So we've got that, and Aries wants to push through, okay, in a courageous way, where it wants to start new beginnings, by pushing through the rules and the old world or the old way of being. Okay. Then we've got Neptune, the planet of dissolving things. Okay, it is the planet of the otherworldly energy. It is the imagination. It is the third eye. So if we think of Saturn, Saturn is pretty much like the root chakra. It's all about grounding and being grounded. Okay, the root chakra. It's the builder. It's all about fertility, for example. Okay, keeping the species alive, continuing the species. But when we look at Neptune, it's the third eye and the crown chakra. Okay, so it's like more higher frequency, divine, inner wisdom, all of that. You know, it's coming from within. There is a connection to that divine side of you. The divine side is that consciousness, that divine consciousness, that all that is. Okay, and it's dissolving the reality that you're in, the third dimension, and it's kind of like pushing you towards more of that imaginary. Well, you know, when you think of it, back in the days, we would never imagine that we can have the internet, where we can talk to someone through a little device that fits in our palm, and talk to someone that is on the other side of the world and have a conversation with them, or have classes on a screen online and kind of interact with other people. Now, when you think of it, it's like, are those people real or not? Okay, so it's pretty much similar to that, but it's more heightened because it's at the 0 degree. Okay, so Aries is dissolving. With Neptune is dissolving. With Neptune influence in Aries at 0 degrees, this process will create a widespread revelation and mass awakening. Okay, so it's like things are being revealed that you were not even aware of. Okay, because Neptune has this ability to show you what is hidden. Okay, it's like you're sitting across someone, having a conversation with them. You can't see their or hear their thoughts, but Neptune will allow you to see or hear their thoughts in a way where not particularly hearing it through your physical senses, but internally you're hearing them and feeling them, and you're like, I know this person's thinking this way about me. I just know. Okay, so your intuition is very much heightened. And what this is bringing, because it's happening at a collective level as well as at the personal level, at 0 degrees, okay, with Neptune's influence in Aries, it is creating a widespread revelation, and a mass awakening. And you may have, you know, started to feel it already. You may have started to see certain things happening around the world already. I'm pretty sure I have. Okay, so that's the kind of feel. Okay, you will see more of this starting on the 14th, because that's when Saturn and Neptune are coming together, sitting side by side. Okay, at 0 degrees, and a lot is going to happen. Things are changing, or are going to change. Okay, now when these changes do come through, do not fear. Okay, do not resist, but embrace the change, as it is a kind of collective detox and transformation towards becoming just being who you are. Okay, being, rather than being told to be something else, to become the doing rather than just being. Okay, there is no place for fear, oppression, or hierarchy in this new way of being, and self-centered structures are demolishing, slowly but surely. Okay, so around the 14th of February, Saturn, the planet of structure and time, will be going through Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac. So Pisces is at 12 o'clock. It is the 12th sign, whereas Aries is the first sign. Okay, so Pisces is here, Aries is here. Okay, so Pisces is like the culmination of all of the signs. It has qualities of all of the signs. So when we go through all of the zodiac signs, Aries is the very beginning point. It is just solely what it is. Okay, when we get to Taurus, it is the combination of Aries plus Taurus. We get to Gemini, it is the combination of Aries, Taurus, then Gemini. And it keeps going on. Okay, Pisces is like the guru, the teacher, the master, the highest level of the characteristics. Okay, it contains all of the information. So when Saturn, the planet of structure and time, go through Pisces at 29 degrees in this last sign, it is the last sign at the last degree, 29 degrees, because every sign starts from 0 to 30 degrees. Okay, and it's at 29 degrees, which means it is at the last or anaretic critical degree, which is the ending point just before the beginning. Now the beginning is going to start on the 17th during this solar eclipse, but this is happening around the 14th, okay, a few days before, a couple of days before. Okay, so this will bring everything that needs cleansing out from the depths of the surface. So it has a really, really cleansing effect in many and varied ways, okay, relating to our reality, the collective, the individual, etc. Now, we also have Pluto and Aquarius. Okay, so we've got this moon and sun in Aquarius with the solar eclipse, but we also have Pluto in Aquarius, which is opposite Leo during this combination. Okay, this shows that it's time for a dramatic shift, and you know that Leo is a little bit related to drama. Okay, it's time for a dramatic shift in oppression. Okay, so I would say probably within about a decade we probably won't be able to see any more of the specific names that we know today as being, you know, like people or persons in positions of power and fame anymore. Okay, so this is like a dramatic shift in that part of our reality. Okay, Now, another thing with this, I mean, there are many things, but I'm just going to state these very important ones. The other thing here is the eclipse coinciding with Uranus and Algol. They're aspecting, okay? And when this happens, Algol is all about a lot of people have different ideas about Algol. It could be like the beheading, or someone at, you know, the head of something falling, or someone falling on their head. You know, it's something to do with the head and falling, or losing your position. It could be losing your position as well. But when it comes together with Uranus, because Uranus is like, how can I say this? Planets are kind of like, you know, they're spheres, okay? They are round spheres. Uranus is kind of like a flat plate on its side, okay? And it has the effect of, it's like a coin, okay? And it can flip from one side to the other. And it kind of like has this energetic effect of turning things upside down and inside out, okay? So it is a very catalyst, or how would I say that? Cataclysmic type of energy, okay? So what this will do when it is aspecting Algol, it will shake and collapse everything that has an unstable or rotting foundation. Okay, so that's another thing. If something is shaky, if the grounds are shaky, that will collapse. Okay, that's what I also see there. This process can also create healthy boundaries in the result for collectives and individuals alike, where the abuse of power is used. So the abuse of power will become ineffective after this energy. It may sound all good. It may be like, you know, some people may fear the change, but and it may sound good, but these are just, you know, what we can sum up with the specific energetic aspects of how the planets are positioned. And with the 0 degree, yeah, it is, you know, like a huge thing. Okay, now the Saturn Neptune conjunction, because Saturn and Neptune are coming together and they're sitting down together, like, you know, two people coming together, sitting down to have a conversation, but they're totally different. It's like they speak a totally different language, okay? So what's happening? And it's happening in Aries. So what this shows is that the conjunction with the 2 in Aries is like a smoke screen, okay? You can't really see, or you can't really understand what's happening. You can't really see what's in front of you, okay? And you may kind of like see certain people, okay, or situations where you may think that they're victims, okay, that may be presented. They may actually be not real and may be created, okay, to allow larger structures to escape in a way, okay? So don't be content with appearances and what people say and what is put out there, and kind of say, oh, so this was like that, oh, so this person is like this, okay? They could be constructs, okay? Don't be content with the information that comes out and believe it, okay? Don't believe everything that is shown to you or fed to you, okay? Continue to question, whether it is true or not. Don't take it seriously, because it is like a smoke screen. Okay, it's like things are not clear. On an individual level, there's an energy at work that's renewing and liberating your life. Okay, if you feel like you can't go back to the things that you used to define as being you, just know that you are not alone. Everyone's going through the same experience. Okay. Now, you may feel like this because everything that no longer serves us is being left behind, and you may have identified with some of these things, but they're not really you. Okay. So don't fear this energy. Be excited and choose to move forward with it, as we will be the first pioneers of this new beginning. Okay, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time to a new way of being. You have to be brave. You have to be ready to take responsibility for your dreams. You may see them slowly taking shape, possibly by the summer of 2026. Okay, just allow the changes to occur. Okay, as the world changes around you, you need to be calm. We need to be calm and centered. We need this to happen more and more at the personal, individual level, more than ever. So focus on yourself. Don't despise the routine that you're in. Create small but real moments of happiness in your own little bubble, in your own world. But stay calm and centered. And with Algol, another thing about Algol here, Algol is related to pain. Okay, issues we don't adapt to or change can create pain in our bodies, especially in our necks, shoulders. So we need to exercise more, move more, take in more fresh air, breathing into our souls rather than just breathing to stay alive. Okay. And the changes and heaviness we feel in our bodies are a sign of our adaptation to the new frequency. Okay, because the frequencies are changing, our nervous system is changing, so it's trying to align to the new frequencies, and it's all coming together around the same time. Everything's kind of like back to factory settings. Okay, so this is pretty much like all I have in relation to the intro. I don't think I'll have an outro, so I'll just go straight to the zodiac signs, and we'll have a look and see what is there for you with all of this energy that is happening and where you may be affected. So listen to your sun sign, which is related to your soul, who also relating to your career as well. It can also be, you know, associated with your career. Your ascending sign is all about you, everything about you. It's your facade. It's the face that people see. And your moon sign is your physical body, your home, your roots, and it can also relate to your mother, the moon sign. The sun sign can relate to your father. Okay, so you can read these signs, and you can also have a look at your chart and see where these, you know, signs are, and have a look. how you're being affected there. Okay, I also have girlantomoon.com. You can have a look, check us out on our website and have a look at all the goodies that we've got there. If you want some sort of guidance at the personal level, you can check us out, and we can help guide you. Okay, just know that we are growing with you, not just at the community or a financial level. We are basically growing with you. Okay, so that's another thing to put in there. We are growing with you because we're all connected, nothing's separate. Okay, we're all connected. It's just like everyone's connected to the internet. They all have an account. We're all coming together, putting everything out there, expressing ourselves. But we could see what everyone does. You know, if you go into social media, for example, we're all connected. Okay, nothing's separate. Now, we've got technology that is doing that for us, but at the energetic level, we're already like that. Okay, we are all connected. And this boils down to how we were connected when we were in a tribe. Okay, so when we're living in a community or a tribe, if someone feels uneasy or fear, it means that there's something there that is heading towards the tribe or the community that can harm them. So everyone is out there helping each other. Okay, so we're meant to be in a tribe. We're meant to be in a community as human beings, and that's what also Aquarius is all about. Being alone, being independent is not really a human being's way of being. Okay, we are not meant to be alone. We're not meant to be, in a way, independence is different to self-sufficiency. Okay, but we need each other. We need to be in groups. We need to share. We need to help each other out. Being alone is not the thing. Okay, it's not for a human being. Okay, it's like how certain animals have packs, or they hang around in groups. That's how we are as human beings. We're not meant to be alone. Okay, so that's what the essence of Aquarius is. It's about community. It's about being united. It's about oneness. Okay, so that is also something that we are heading towards as well, energetically. Okay, and Girl and her Moon is there to help everyone understand this as much as they can, by also helping you. It's not about making you become something else. It's about helping you to understand, maybe. Okay, it all boils down to how you want to perceive it and understand it and apply it in your life. But we're just there to help guide as much as we can, to show the path, and we also grow with you with your concerns. Okay, so yeah, check us out. You'll see that there are also many freebies there that you can take advantage of, okay, and have fun with as well. So let's move on. Okay, let's move on to the zodiac signs and see what is coming through for each and every one of them through this special time, the energies that are occurring. Okay, so let's start with Aries. I'm being asked to use my goddess oracle. Okay, so Aries, Let's ask for one card for you. Aries. Aries. I asked for one, but I've got two. Okay. Okay, to be centered, and there's also compassion there with Kuan Yin, and Tara is saying you need to be centered. Okay, so I'm dropping the cards, so please forgive me for this. What do I see? Anything coming through the messages? Ooh, Ace of Cups. This is beautiful. It represents a new beginning with love. Okay, new energy coming through. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Wow, this is beautiful. Okay, and when we look at Tara, the lotus she's got with the water there, it's almost like a cup. Okay, it's almost like that. And Kuan Yin, compassion there, she's got that the sun behind her. This is pretty much similar to that. Now we've got the Nine of Pentacles. There's that Aries energy with the Page of Wands. Okay, and one last card. All right. I'm seeing new things opening up for you. Okay, this is like new doors that may be opening in for you. Okay. What I'm also seeing is that you're not meant to be alone during this time. So I'm kind of seeing like exploring ways of letting go of being alone. So this could be like social interaction. Okay, maybe you felt a little bit of stress relating to the people that you connected with in the past. Okay, but what I'm seeing is exploring ways to reconnect. Okay, there is social interaction, or maybe, you know, like this can also relate to how you connect with others. Okay, whoever they may be, friends, relationships. Okay, and what I'm seeing is that you're probably looking at who you want to work with as well at the same time, because we've got money there. Okay, initiating, starting money, people that you were connecting with, maybe certain people that have been stressing you out. Okay, in the work field, possibly. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that maybe you're questioning who you want to pursue your long-term goals with. Okay, and I also feel like, you know, something from the past, it's continuing, which is giving you more stability, more security, but you have also this ability to be seen. Okay, so it's like becoming more visible in this community project situation. Okay, that's what I'm seeing as well. We've got the Justice card there, which represents the legalities related to that. Okay, it could be like doing the right thing as well. Okay, while you're trying to establish these long-term goals, how you know what footing that you start with will initiate and continue. It's like unraveling a stocking. Okay, it's like a domino effect situation. So whichever way you start is how things will kind of unravel. And I'm seeing love energy. Okay, just know that if you start with passion, whatever you feel like you just love the idea of doing this, and we want to pursue that, it will give you the ability to turn that into something material in your life. Okay. Just be more centered. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Be more centered, and with compassion decide what you want to do with the people that you work with. Okay, that's the energy that I'm getting. Don't be hasty. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't try to suddenly change things. Okay, compassion and centering is very important here. So that's coming through for you, Aries. Okay, enjoy this this moon energy. Okay, it is a new beginning for you in that stage. It has something to do with starting something new. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's have a look at Taurus. Taurus. Let's see what comes through for you. Okay. Pachamama. Healing, holding, holy. I'm asking for 2 because Aries got 2, so you should also get 2. We've got Glendeptis with synthesis. Okay. Synthesizing the healing, the holding, the holy. Okay. All right, let's have a look at what is coming through the tarot. What do we see here? There's collaboration, expansion. Okay, so synthesizing, holy, okay, healing, holy, holding, in other words, bringing together. Okay, synthesizing is also like something is growing. Okay, being more connected. Okay, it's almost like everything coming together and developing or evolving. Okay, so what I see here is something related to, and also this one, where you work. Okay, because this is like you working with your colleagues, building something together. Okay, it has something to do with career and where you stand, how people see you. Okay, where they see you. There are changes coming through, and I see it through with the Chariot card, and that's what synthesis is all about. It's the evolving of situation and expansion. Okay, expansion, evolving, something becoming together, something finally. Okay, so with Pachamama, it's the healing, but it's also holding or coming together. Okay, synthesis is the evolving. So I see something relating to career, your social standing. Okay. I also have something relating to how you kind of like relate to your the people that you work with, or people that are above you, like superiors. Okay, now this can also be like people that are older than you. It doesn't have to be someone like a boss. It could be someone that is working with you that is older than you. Okay, older, more mature, and also, you know, people that are more professional in their field. Okay, things are, they're active. It's like it's moving on. It's not, you know, like there's no stuckness here. Okay, and you're asked to, or should I say, you're not asked. It is actually increasing. Okay, that's because we also have expansion here. So your responsibility is increasing. Okay. I would say you're being asked to develop a new vision for your future. Okay? Because there's this evolving thing, things coming together, evolving, expanding. You may attract more attention. Your public image may attract more attention. Okay? So I'm getting something like that coming through. So that is coming through for you, Taurus. Okay? Yeah, things are moving forward. It's like things are definitely changing for everyone, but yours is in those areas that I mentioned. Okay? So enjoy the moon energy as much as you can. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini, let's have a look and see what's happening for you. Hearth and home with Hestia. Something to do with home and love. Okay. Let's have a look at the tarot and see what's coming through for you. Oh, traveling somewhere, maybe going back somewhere that you feel is home. Okay, I'm getting like home, homeland, motherland. Okay. Love. Got those coming through there. Alright, so with this love energy, what I'm getting is more of this. It's not like love in the sense of sensual love. It's more like the love of the passion to pursue something. Okay, it's like I just love the idea of this. Okay, so that kind of love is coming through, and it's relating to your life in general, because we've got the sun there. Okay, it's your life in general. It's like certain things are developing in your life where you're kind of like having your perspectives are kind of like expanding, okay, broadening in regards to life. There's also something about doing stuff at home, things that you love doing. So this could also relate to things like learning something. It could relate to, I'm getting like overseas, okay, travel. That's also coming through. It may also have something to do with situations or people also overseas. Learning, okay, learning as in, and also here, it's like learning something, okay. This could be learning a new, maybe taking a course, okay, learning a new subject. There's also what is, I'm getting this hearth and home, which represents your roots, okay. In other words, it doesn't mean like where you live, it's more like where you feel like at home within your own being, your existence, with your physical body, with your beliefs, with your with life in general, okay. So it's kind of like you're questioning a lot of things, okay, and it's like you may be questioning your belief system. There's like a renewal of your mind, your the mental part of you. Okay, it's like a mental renewal. And I'm getting a lot of this love energy coming through, which relates to, and also the sun, don't forget that. Okay, so these are like new ideas that are bringing you the feeling of, you know, I feel at home, I feel the love, I feel the positivity, I feel a bright future. The new ideas that are bringing forward the offer of hope for the future, okay, which is something that you may realize during this time. Okay, it's like that flame that's giving you this sprout. Okay, it's like the flame or the life that is sprouting in your mind, okay, of hope. So I see that coming through during this time for you, okay. You'll realize what is important and what is not. The choices will be like put out for you, and you'll realize what is important and what is not as you question certain belief systems that are conditioned within you. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you, Gemini. Okay, enjoy this Aquarius new moon solar eclipse energy. Aquarius is an air sign, so are you, so it should be something good. Okay, all right, moving forward. Next we've got Cancer. Okay, Cancer, let's have a look and see what comes through for you. Okay, got one there for this solar eclipse. Relationship and mystery. Okay, Lady of the Beasts with relationship, and we've got Nut with mystery. Okay, Four of Wands, kind of like connection to home. We've got legal stuff happening, maybe like shared stuff. Okay, we've got Ten of Swords, Three of Pentacles, okay. So we've got Lady of the Beasts in relationship. Okay, relationship meaning anything that you share, anything that you're connected to. Okay, sharing a relationship, connecting to another. Okay, and it's very earthy. It's very how would I say it? It's earthy, it's real, it's tangible. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. It's very motherly, nurturing. Also that energy is coming through. It's very very much connected to having a relationship with another. Okay, and we see Not there with mystery, so this is also relating to not just material but also spiritual sharing. Okay, we see that figure there with the stars. Okay, she's holding this figure up and there's stars on this figure, which represents the spiritual, the ethereal side. Okay, material and spiritual. So there is this material and spiritual sharing within the home. Okay, and we've got the legal stuff coming through, which represents issues such as debts, shared income, inheritance, and so forth, because the Justice represents or can represent these areas. Okay, something is coming to a close, okay, or has come to a close. It's saying that, you know, with the Ten of Swords, you may actually, because we've got 10 there, 10 there, 10 there, okay, there are 3 10s. And what I'm seeing here is, with this energy, there could be a realization of how you're sharing, how you're connecting with another. There's also here sharing and connecting with another, where you're building something together, okay, where you had stress related to this situation, okay. You may become aware of the areas where you need to let go of the need for control, because the more you try to control, okay, that's where you put yourself into this stressful situation where you are taking all the responsibility because you can't trust anyone else to do the job properly. But what this is saying is that you need to share equally, okay. So you need to let go of the idea of trying to control, okay. You're actually going through a deep inner transformation during this time. Deep inner transformation where you're learning to share and build together, letting go of extra responsibility due to trying to control or trying to do it your way, rather than, you know, saying, I can do it. It should be more like, we can do it. Community, okay. So that's what I see here for you, Cancer, okay. So don't try to take on all the responsibility and try to do it your way because you don't trust anyone else to do a good job. Okay, share. That's what I'm getting here, okay. Let go of control. So that's what's coming through for you. Okay, moving on. Next we've got Leo. Yes. Let's see what comes through for Leo. Pele with Awakening. And Wild Woman. It's very fiery, like the Leo energy. Fire and fire. Okay, we've got a lot of this fire energy. All right. Let's see what comes through the tarot. One more. Okay. So what I see here is an awakening of understanding, okay, of self. Now we've got Wild Woman here with Baba Yaga, okay. Wild Woman can mean she, or even he, okay, let's not put a gender to it. It could be like, maybe this person is saying, I cannot be contained, I am independent, I will do it my way, okay. There is that energy there, okay. And the awakening is realizing what you're doing, okay, realizing how you're connecting, okay, because we got connection here, okay, here, here, and here. So this can relate to how you relate to others, whichever way it may be. It could be partnership, it could be relationship, could be friendship. It doesn't matter how you connect, okay? You're realizing what it is that you're doing. You're looking at how each one of these individuals in your life, how they, or should I say, what they bring to you, okay? You're probably questioning what they bring to you in your life. What is it they bring to you? What is it they it's not a egoistic type of expectation. It's not even an expectation. You're just looking at and having a look and see what they are doing in your life and what they bring to your life, okay? So what I see is that whether it's family, whether it's friendship, whether it's business, okay, because we're getting like this business connection of expansion, friendship, family, relative, okay, and moving on, endings and new beginnings, okay, that relate to relationships, partnerships, friendships, etc. I do see that some connections and bonds could go through a full-on transformation. Okay, they could be restructured. Some of them may lose their meaning in your life, emotional release, letting go and moving on, mental release, letting go and moving on. Okay, what you're looking at here is the expansion. How is it expanding you? How is it transforming you? How is it benefiting you to become a better person? Okay, the better person. The awakening is coming through there. So it's showing you that, or you're learning through the process during this time, or you're becoming aware, the awakening is coming through, where you realize that you need to establish more equal and free relationships. Okay. Equal and free. Which means where you can be your wild self. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you, Leo. Alright. Let's move on. So enjoy this moon energy. Okay. All right. Who do we have next? Virgo. Virgo, let's have a look and see what comes through for you. Oh, okay. I'm going to pick those up because there's a lot there. And there's only one here, so we'll keep that one. Virgo, what is coming through for you? One more. Creativity and justice. So justice can mean balance. Okay, we see the justice card in the tarot as well. It also represents balance. It represents what you sow is what you shall reap as well. Okay, we have creativity. So whatever you create is what you will manifest into your reality. Okay. Also, finding balance is also coming through. So we see with creativity, in other words, the creativity energy represents the manifestation. Okay, but let's see what else comes through. There we go. Manifesting something. Okay, that's like the seed. It's like the infant that has been conceived. We've got the star, which is really good. Okay. So the Chariot is pretty much like, and we got the World card here, which is kind of like relating to your worldly affairs. Okay, it can relate to international stuff as well, but it can also relate to your worldly affairs. Okay, the world, the third dimensional world, for example, your physical world, it can represent that as well, because it has all of the 4 elements, including the ether, which is the 5th element there. Now we've got the Chariot. Okay, the Chariot here is pretty much like the message of Mart. Okay, bringing things into alignment, balance, because you're manifesting something, you're creating something into your life. Okay, and the Chariot is also like, now when you look at it in astrology, it's pretty much like your car in the 3rd house of your daily routines. Okay, it can represent what you do day in, day out. Okay, the 3rd house is associated with that. It includes your car, it includes paying your bills, or going and doing your shopping, or cleaning out your house, or going to work every day and coming back home, kind of thing. Okay, so it represents your daily routines. And what I'm seeing here is something to do with how you do all that. Okay, because you're manifesting something, creating something, manifesting something, and you need to have balance or alignment. Otherwise your journey during this time is going to be wobbly. Okay, if you don't have a wheel alignment, your drive will be very wobbly. Okay, so be open to the changes that are coming through. Okay, and what I also have here is the 9 of Wands. Okay, 9 of Wands can represent you fearing something that may hurt you, injure you, or, you know, bring harm to you. Yes, you can have your healthy boundaries set there, okay, so that you don't get harmed. Have your healthy boundaries at whatever level. You know, it could be having healthy boundaries by having your principles in place. Okay, it could be having healthy boundaries by wearing your helmet that you need to at work. For example, if you're working, you know, somewhere where you need to wear a helmet, or if you're going to work on a motorcycle, you need to wear a helmet, for example. Okay, how you drive your car, you need to drive at a certain speed. Have your healthy boundaries when it comes to the people that you work with. You know, keep a certain boundary with them so that they do not overstep the boundaries and cause problems for you. Okay, so what this is saying, that you may need to establish new boundaries and a system involving how you move about during your day, how you go to work, how you work, who you work with. You know, it's like you need to review the way you do things, your routine. Okay, you're also asked to review your, we've got the World card, which represents also the physical body. Okay, the 4 elements, as well as ether representing the soul. Okay, so the physical body. Now, this could also relate to healthy habits. Okay, where you're making your life more efficient and functional. Okay, Mart here is saying, well, Shell is saying you're creating something, you're manifesting something new, you're initiating new things. Do it with balance. Okay, weigh the difference between a feather and a porcelain jar. Okay, which one's weighing heavy? It could be that the feather is weighing heavy. Okay, so you need to kind of be your own, you know, do it with discernment, and kind of like, you know, look at how you can balance things out. finding alignment in your life. Okay, once you're able to do this without holding on to any emotional things that do not serve you, okay, and such as fear, for example, through this time where there's a lot of change happening, let go of the fear. Move forward with anticipation and curiosity to explore new things. Then you are manifesting more of the good stuff. Okay, the star here is wishes coming true. You're manifesting, you're creating, you're manifesting, you are getting a wish coming true. Okay, so that's what I see here, especially when it involves emotional stuff. I don't know if you've listened to the intro, but algol represents the pain in the body, okay, which is related to emotional situations that you hold on to. Okay, so let go and move on to, you know, with love, move on with love, and let go of the fear. The opposite energy of love is fear, not hate. Okay, and when you let go of fear and you embrace the love, that's when you are actually experiencing your life in a happy way, more fulfilling way. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there for you, Virgo. So enjoy the moon energy. All right, let's move on. Moving on to Libra. Libra. Are you more established now, Libra? Getting like, you know, you had issues with home and house and stuff like that. Okay, we've got two cards jumping out. Let's see what comes through. We've got betrayal and beauty. Don't get betrayed by the beauty. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. There's this ending coming through. Okay, so a new beginning, but also an ending. But the ending is, it's a good thing. Okay, something's ending, but it's good. Okay, it's good, it's good, it's good. Okay, so we've got King of Cups. We've got the Nine of Cups. So these two energies are kind of like pointing towards creativity, okay, expression. We also have this one, but this is more like expression or self-expression, okay. Initiating something that is maybe practical, doing something practical that is maybe fun, okay. We also see the Eight of Swords, where maybe in your mind you felt like you were stuck and you could not start anything. This could be the betrayal, okay. Maybe you were betraying yourself. You have to see the beauty in all things. That's what the message is coming through as. You have to see the beauty in all things, whether it was a situation you were stuck in. Okay, so we see that you were stuck in a situation in the past. Okay, now you initiated something new, and I'm getting like something to do with home and house is coming through. Okay, and we're seeing here that, you know, you need to see the beauty in situations. Letting go of betraying yourself, or when I see this betrayal, it's almost like you made yourself believe by tricking your mind, okay? You made yourself believe in a situation, but you're overcoming that now, Okay, this could be relating to it can relate to your body. It can relate to how you feel within your body, but it could also relate to redefining the joy in your life, or how you think or perceive joy should be in your life. Okay, so what brings you happiness? What brings you joy? Maybe you had a specific perspective and saying, if this happened, that will bring me joy. But it's saying you need to see the beauty in all things, even if you are in stuck, a situation that you're stuck in, or you're going through some sort of grief, for example. There's a beauty in that, because this is like the incubation stage where something new is coming through out from that. Okay, if you didn't go through that, this would not occur. So do not betray yourself to think otherwise. Okay, let go of that. That's what this is saying. But you are letting go of that. Okay, there is a wish coming true. We've got the Nine of Cups here, which is fun. It's like, oh, having more time for what excites your heart. It's like something more creative, something more artistic, maybe something to do with children. Maybe, you know, you want to have a child, or having fun, just doing something that is, you know, like a pastime or something like that. But I'm seeing like a lot of creative energy, fun, artistic, musical, comical, and also something to do with children also is coming through, because the aces usually represent conception. It's like the egg. Okay, it's like conceiving a child, maybe realizing that you're pregnant, or finding out that you're pregnant, or something like that. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, enjoy the moon. There's nothing much to say, nothing more to say actually. Okay, so enjoy the moon. Okay, next we've got Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, let's see what comes through for you. Okay. Whoa, we've got a Sekhmet with anger and rage. What's happening? And selfhood with Artemis. Okay. What's happening, Scorpio? What's happening there? Seven of Cups. Have you lost your direction? Why are you angry? Well, we've got the sun. The sun can be like, you know, positivity coming through. The sun. Okay, the sun is being eclipsed by Sekhmet here. Okay, maybe you're thinking that you're losing yourself or losing your direction during the eclipse of the sun, during this new moon energy. Okay. But what is it? Your connections. What you want to pursue. Okay. It's almost like something from the past is also coming up. Whenever I see this, it has a connection to the past in some way. Okay, so this could be like, and the Empress here represents the home. Okay, it's something to do with home. It's like your connection to your motherland, your home, where you put roots down, or where you live, your family. Something about family and home and something to do with the past is going to be activated during this time for you. okay? Because I see Sekhmet being in front of the sun, and it's eclipsing the sun. So it is saying that I'm doing this. There's anger and rage there. I'm doing this. Something is being activated. It has something to do with your home. It has something to do with the past, something that happened in the past, okay? And also something to do with your home, as in where you live, okay? There's also a situation that relates to your relationship dynamics or your dynamics at home, family dynamics. You need to let go of old things, okay? Holding on to old things, losing your direction in that sense. We've got the sevens coming through there, okay? Realizing that you're not alone when you're with a family. So you need to kind of look at your family dynamics, how you relate to others. You may also feel like, you know, you may also desire or feel like you need to be secure, but you are, okay? We've got the sun there, and the Empress is very much secured in its, you know, in her place. So something that is deep down within is surfacing, okay, coming to the fore, where you're feeling the confusion of what should I do next, or how am I supposed to move around with all of these things coming to the forefront, okay? It's almost like, if you remember what I said in the intro, certain things from the very depths are going to be coming to the surface, okay? That's what this is all about. And you may feel like, you know, I can do this alone, I can, you know, work it out on my own kind of thing. It's saying no. You need to have a connection. You need to work together. The sun is saying that, you know, yes, the sun is being eclipsed, but the sun here is saying things are going to work out. Just look at the situation like a child, you know, like have this childlike, not childish, but childlike approach to the situation. Try to be more joyous, try to have more fun, okay? Try to be creative during this time. I think that's also going to help out, okay? Being or doing something creative, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you. This is for Sagittarius. Ooh, okay, we've got beauty being revealed. It's raining very heavy outside. And we've got crossroads. Crossroads and beauty coming through. You may actually see the beauty in all things. Okay. Nine of Cups. Wishes coming true. New beginnings. Okay. There you are, Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands. Oh, another ace. That is the Ace of Swords. So what I'm getting is like the Ace of Swords represents communication. Okay? It is air energy. It is clear, decisive communication, how you put the point across. This is also very blunt, okay? Maybe very sharp, but it is kind of looking at where you are, okay? So we've got the crossroads, which represents where you are. Should I go this way, or this way, okay? Your immediate surroundings, your mental process, you know, you're kind of questioning, should I go this way, this way, this way? We also have new ideas, not just communication, but new ideas, okay? Even with the Queen of Wands there, she's got the wand, which represent ideas. This can represent creative projects, initiating something new, okay? You may also find yourself stuck in a situation that relates to all of these ideas, you know, like new ideas, projects, maybe even meetings, okay? You may actually meet up with people from the past, okay? You're looking at the people that you connect with, such as friends, relatives, siblings, neighbors, okay? So we're looking at that as well. People from the past, okay, that you've already connected with, in other words. People that you've known since your childhood, the Six of Cups, okay? So you're connecting with them. And we're seeing, like, you know, you're seeing the beauty in all things. You're making your decisions relating to new ideas, projects, etc. So there is a lot of communication, okay? I see the communication coming through. There's a lot of communication that also something to do with your immediate surroundings, with the crossroads card there. Your mental processes, okay? You're coming out of a rut that relate to how you see things, okay? The mental processes are being opened up. You're starting to see the beauty in all things. Because you're able to do that, you're starting to attain a wish or something in your reality that is a new thing, okay? A new beginning, a tangible thing, okay? A new beginning. Self-transformation is there, okay? Positivity of the mind, changing your mindset, being more positive, being able to see the beauty in all things will help you to find your way, okay? So I see aces there, new beginnings in a lot of ways. The sword can represent the mind. The pentacle can represent something in your tangible reality. So that's what I see for you, Sagittarius. So enjoy the moon energy. Okay, let's move on to the next sign, which is Capricorn. Capricorn, what do we have here? We got Hathor with pleasure, and we've got Demeter with feelings and emotions. Okay. Let's see what comes through. Oh, okay. All right, the Fool and the Death card. Okay, so the beginning and the ending. Emperor. The Emperor is pretty much like Saturn energy. Okay, if you listen to the intro, you'll kind of like understand what I mean. Saturn energy represents structure. Okay, so it's kind of like the Five of Pentacles, ending of something that you relied on that, you know, was very secure, or some sort of structure. Okay. All right. I'm getting material resources, okay, here. Now, the Emperor can also represent that, okay, material resources. We also see the Pleasure card, which can represent what brings you pleasure in your reality, okay. So, money, material resources, and what I'm also getting is feelings and emotions that relate to how do you feel about your self-worth, okay. What are your feelings relating to what brings pleasure in your life, in your reality? Something that you relied on that it was secure is probably like changing. You feel like you're losing what was secure in your life. But is it? It's changing. Maybe it's time to move on to something new. Okay. You need to make new decisions regarding your money and expenses. And the difference between what you have and what truly satisfies you, okay, will become more clear. What is your worth? What are your feelings relating to your worth? Or what brings pleasure to you in your life? What is, you know, what brings feeling of security in your life? And you need to find clarity, okay? You need to find clarity, ending. So we got the Fool and the Death card here, which represents ending any kind of situation that may be, let's say, a foolish act in regards to your finances and your money and your security and stability, okay? You may actually transform and find clarity. Okay, there is that feeling of seeing the clarity. Being more clear of what truly satisfies you, what brings pleasure to you, what, you know, makes you feel more, have more self-worth. So you need to establish more sustainable way of, let's say, a system, okay, of security. That's what I'm getting there. And this is what you need to do. You need to change, transform, move on to new, okay, new situations. So your fear of change and fear of loss will hold you back. You need to look at how you can work through that. And the way you can see that is by understanding what gives you pleasure in life and what makes your self-worth more prominent. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. So that's for you, Capricorn. Let's move on to the next sign, which is Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what comes through for you, because this is your moon, and it's one in how would I say, it's one in a billion, maybe more, I don't know, but it's very rare. It's very, very rare. Okay. Oh, awakening and centering. All right. So you're kind of finding some awakening where you need to be more centered in your life. Five of Pentacles. Ooh. The Fool. The Moon. Well, it is the moon. It is the moon. There's the fear, the busyness of the mind. One more card for Aquarius. Okay, getting all of these trying cards. Okay, that's probably why you're asked to center yourself with awareness, because awakening also represents awareness. Okay, so the eclipse directly is affecting you, Aquarius, and it's also affecting the direction of your life. And it is probably like something, you know, a part of you, you need to be centered. A part of you is ending. You're losing a part of you, or something is being lost there. Okay. Maybe you're redefining your identity. Okay. And the Fool represents a new you. Okay. The moon here, which can represent the eclipse of the sun through the new moon. Okay. And we've got the Nine of Wands here, which represents the busyness of the mind. You know, in tarot we see it as, you know, worries, etc. But I don't see it that way. I see the moon affecting your nervous system. Okay. And I'm getting that coming through as well. That is why you need to center yourself. Your nervous system is being affected here. Okay. And it's like so much in your life where you're saying, I can't go on like this anymore. I just cannot. Okay. I just cannot go on like this anymore. I want to break free. That song, I want to break free. Okay, so you want to break free. Yeah. And it's becoming very, very, very much in your awareness. It's an awakening for you. Okay. And what I'm seeing is you're seeing your self-worth. Okay, that's also coming through. The twos there. Okay. You're looking at yourself. You're planning ahead. Even though you may be not acting on it as yet, but you are prioritizing. Okay. You're changing your outlook relating to yourself and your future. Okay. I'm going to ask for an extra card for you, Aquarius. You're moving on, okay, from a lot of things that you had your heart set on. Maybe you wanted to do that, you want to experience this, but something is changing within you. You are totally transforming, okay? Stay centered. You're asked to stay centered, okay, because you're having a complete identity shift. You are becoming more aware. It's like an awakening happening, your nervous system being affected. You need to be centered, you need to be grounded, and all of that, okay? And each and one of you, all the Aquarians out there, Aquarians, Aquarian sun, moon, or rising, every one of you will be affected differently, okay? All right, next we have, so enjoy the moon energy, Aquarius. Enjoy it as much as you can. Okay, moving on. The next sign we have is Pisces, the last sign I was going to start with Aquarius, but I forgot, so sorry Pisces, you were supposed to be second. But let's see what's coming through for you, Pisces. Okay. You've been through a lot lately. All right, we got hearth and home and doubt. What are you doubting? Okay. Okay. Something about the home that you're doubting, whether it will work out or not. Okay. Alright. I think we've got all of these upside down now. No. Okay. Home again. Okay, we've got home again there. So the home, hearth and home, we've got home there as well, but it's almost like your inner world. Okay, it's like the flame that burns in your heart, your inner world, your physical temple, which is the physical body, and where the soul is. Okay, your heart is. We see this inner world coming through. Okay, this can represent your subconscious because we see you going inward there as well, inward. Okay, it's like past emotions are surfacing. Okay, unresolved issues are surfacing. What you need to do is stay still. You need to stay still, go inwards. Okay, don't act on anything, don't talk about anything. Okay, stay at home, go inwards, rest, listen to your inner world, listen to your intuition during this eclipse. You're ending one cycle and starting a new one. Now, if you have any doubt in regard to certain situations that may be arising during this time, okay, past emotions coming to the surface, or any unresolved issue coming to the surface that has been like there for a long time, that, you know, didn't budge, and you're having issues dealing with them, and you're doubting that they will go away. You're kind of like you may get to the point where you're becoming reactive, okay, just blurting out stuff, especially with people within the home, family, okay, maybe relating to children as well, connected to children. But what I see here is that the more you are calm, the more you are going inwards, the more you are resting, the more you are in a meditative state, maybe, you know, take a nap, etc., during this time, during this day, or let's say 3 days before, 3 days after the eclipse also, okay. If you had any doubts in regards to certain things in your outer world, okay, or your environment, your home environment, your family members, etc., your children, and certain emotions that have not been resolved due to what you experienced in the past. Okay, all of this surfacing. You may have the doubt of dealing with them. But what you're asked to do is not to tackle this head on. You're asked to rest. You're asked to just take time alone, kind of like withdraw. Okay, take it slow. Take it. Go inwards. Okay, just don't exert yourself. That's what I'm getting. Okay, stay at home. Stay at home. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so that's what I see, and I feel as though, you know, if you've been feeling like you have been very, because this card here, the Nine of Pentacles, can represent being like physically feeling stiff, okay, lately. That is also something that is changing slowly, okay. That is also something in your life is changing that, okay. It could be what you eat, it could be what you do, but that is also changing, okay. Not to worry about that. So that's what I see for you, Pisces. Okay, so take care and enjoy the solar eclipse with a new moon.